If you are new to my channel, my name is Ohemaa. Welcome. I have dry skin today, and the reason is because I am about to put a bunch of stuff on my skin, and I don't want to have oily skin because the skin thing will not sit very well. Okay, first things first, I need to put the color in my hair, so I need the color to dry down very well. Problem is, I also need to wash it out at some point, so I don't know. I might have pink hair for the next few days. I don't know. Okay, I would just start by saying nobody sent me to play this character. I just know that ever since the day that I saw Akaza, I just knew, okay? I just knew that he was a good guy. I just knew it, you know? He screams good guy to me. And I should have just bought a wig. As I'm putting this in my hair, I'm thinking, you know what? It so would have been easier to just buy a pink wig right now. Okay, we'll leave it like this. I really thought it was gonna be more pink than this because I should have went the wig route. Should I buy a wig and wait and do this later? Uh, where's my phone? I'll come back in 2 business days and then we can continue. Good morning. I'm back with the wig. Okay, so I actually went and we are going to prep this before we get started. Okay, I'll just braid it up. So I picked up this wig from Amazon and it came with a bunch of stuff inside it. Might have to cut the bangs a bit more, but I love the body on this. I wanted an afro, which would have been easier for me to work the curls. But okay, so first things first, I will try to dull the shine of this. This hair is kind of cute though. We're using the Danessa Myricks matte setting spray. Okay, I'm gonna comb it out. And then I will take a setting powder. And I'm just going to powder this so I can decrease the shine of it. I don't want it to look costumey, if that makes any sense. You see, like it's matted down a little bit compared to this side that's very shiny. Okay, I will repeat this process on the rest of the wig and come back so we can start the actual makeup. Okay, I'm going in with the Glaze It from POV Beauty. We're gonna put this on and allow it to dry, okay? And also I'm gonna not talk anymore so that we can focus on getting Akaza ready, cause honey. Okay, so yeah, like I've always thought Akaza would turn out good. I don't know how. And no, I didn't read the manga, so I can't say, but I always felt like he was defiant. He was like he was defiant to Muzan. He was always like causing trouble. He just didn't seem like he belonged in that batch of demons. So I was always hoping that Tanjiro would talk him into turning, you know, joining them or at least helping or sabotaging something, okay? Something. But that didn't happen. And I was really kind of disappointed. I was also disappointed they weren't able to kill him because, you know, it would have been nice if they had killed him because he killed Rengoku. Which is another problem right now because I have a Rengoku doll and I don't know what he's gonna say about me recreating Akaza right now. Rengoku, what do you think about me recreating Akaza? Let me know. I think my base is dry now. Okay, we're using the Maroon color palette and I'm using the Sigma face brush. So this is the Maroon palette that I used for my Alphaba video, and for that video, because the shade was green, it actually looked very smooth and I was able to put what is it called? Eyeshadow. I was able to put eyeshadow over it and it looked very, very good. Very much like I had green skin for real, right? And the problem with the white is that because it is white and my skin is so dark, it was very difficult for me to cover it up completely with the brush. So I went in with a sponge to see if that would work. But the sponge also keeps picking up the white off of my skin. So I've just decided to go in with the brush and make it as smooth and as full coverage as I possibly can. Also, the other problem is that this is a water-based paint, so it's not gonna melt into the skin as beautifully as a cream would. One thing I realized is that Meron has a cream color stick. So I will be getting a few of those to use for anytime I want to cosplay. Guys, I've been looking for a white eyeshadow for the past 15 minutes, and the NYX Modern Dreamer palette is where I was able to find the white. So we're gonna go into this one and I will try to use it to fill in my base, if that makes any sense, because I'm so dark. The white is not showing up the way I want it to show up, and I don't have a white setting powder that could fill in the gaps for me. So I don't really know how this is gonna go. I wish I had a an oil-based. Putting white on dark skin is just so hard, honey. So hard. I have to do long strokes so I don't get What he said was true. I feel the need to remind you that I am a amateur cosplayer. I am usually a softcore cosplay type of person. Like I would do eyeshadows inspired by characters I like, but sometimes I get inspired, okay? And I'm just having fun with it. So I really don't expect like a lot of people to be like, "Oh my God, I'm going to do this." But sometimes it's just okay to have fun. And that's what we're doing today. I wanted to go ahead and see if I could freehand the marks on Akaza's face. But after I did it, I realized I made them too big. They were too far down and it didn't look okay. So I went in and wiped everything off. But I also like to blend the blue into the white, which actually made it look better and also look more like Akaza's skin, because he looks like he has a little bit of a blue in his skin, right? So melting this blue back into the skin actually looks really, really good. The one thing that you're not seeing right now or hearing is that I have a fan sitting directly and pointing directly at me to help me dry down as quickly as possible, because I realized with the water-based paints, the thicker you make it, the longer it takes to dry, and if it doesn't dry down fast enough, it also ends up just not looking okay. So put a fan on you when you're using water-based paints and keep it pushing. But I will be using cream paints for like a full body cover paint like this from now on, well, from the next time on, and then we'll use the watercolors to do liners and little details in it. But using a water-based paint for like big areas like this, I don't recommend it. It's also very difficult for me to just get it to blend in very well. But anyway, I'm attempting the marks again, and I realized I could have made them as smooth as possible, probably outlined it with some black, but you have to understand I was trying to beat the clock, and like I said, I am an amateur cosplayer. Maybe I will try Akaza again a different time when I have the proper products, but at this point I was feeling very defeated because the white was just not blending in and looking like foundation, which had me very sad, okay? So I went in with the NYX SFX stick, and this is actually a cream based stick, and you can see how much better it blends into the skin, and I think that actually solidified for me that I do need to get a cream based paint that would help me just blend in into the skin better. Adding this blue to my fingertips was really, really nice, but it got on everything. I had to leave and take my mother-in-law to work. It got on that. I had to finish and get some food ready for the kids. It got on everything. It got on the doorknobs. It got on my light switch. I had to go around and try to clean things so that I can get rid of the blue, but it got on everything. But it was cute, okay? And the nail part was cute. I was supposed to turn off the light and let you guys see it in like a UV type of a situation, but I forgot to do that. We're back with the brows, and luckily for me, I picked up a second palette from Amazon. This is the water-based glow paint. It's supposed to glow in the dark. I used the orange one for my nails. Ooh, let's go scare my sister. I'm sorry. That second palette absolutely saved my look. If I hadn't bought this neon palette, I wouldn't have been able to get the right pink for the parts of Akaza that's pink, okay? So if you're gonna do this look, absolutely get this palette. And I think it would also look very, very good in black light. But once again, I forgot to do the black light neon so you can see, because I'm new to this. I was in a hurry. I was trying to finish. I always like when Beats by Deb does her colorful looks and she uses the black light to get you to see like a different perspective. And I wanted to try that, but of course, I was in a hurry, so I forgot. But anyway, the marks on Akaza's chest are very intricate, and I was trying to mimic that, and this is what I got out of it. And the fan was still drying me out. Okay, I'm using my lash called Quinn. Okay, last but not least, but Akaza is drawn with like a shadow right here, and I do want to mimic exactly that shadow. It's like a contour kinda, but not really. So I'm taking the Juvia's Place Grace palette, and we're going to mimic that shadow. Yeah, it definitely goes right under his brows. Okay, let me do some finishing touches on my nails and everything and sit perfectly still so it can dry out, and then I'll come back and we'll see the full finished look, okay? Okay, you guys, so this is my finished look trying and cosplaying Akaza, our demon who went from some people hating him, because I didn't really hate him because I just felt like he didn't want to be a demon. He was just there based on circumstances. And now everybody loving him because his story is so compelling, okay? Let me know down below in the comments how I did. I will also be looking for cream or oil-based body paint because I think that would do me better justice compared to what I got going on right here. But I love this. I'm happy with the hair. I'm happy with the brows. I'm happy with the shadows. Everything works out so good. So good. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. I love you lots and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.